Over the years, mid-range smartphones have become more affordable while at the same time becoming more and more powerful as well as fluid in terms of performance and overall quality. However, the camera on these devices haven't had as much of an improvement, and while there have been advances made in terms of resolution and certain other numbers, in terms of sheer quality itself, it seems like a standstill compared to the flagship territory. The Mi 5X, however, seems to be a smartphone that can totally rewrite the rules. Let's see just how good its cameras are. The Mi 5X isn't the first mid-range smartphone to feature a dual camera system. However, it is perhaps the first, if not one of the first mid-rangers to come with a dual camera system that features a wide angle as well as a telephoto setup. Most in this range come with just a secondary depth sensing camera or a monochrome secondary camera, the former of which in most cases is more of a gimmick. Both the rear cameras on the Mi 5X have 12 megapixels of resolution. However, the wide-angle camera has larger 1.25 micron pixel size as well as f2.2 aperture, while the telephoto lens has a pixel size of 1 micron and f2.6 aperture. The 12 megapixel primary camera takes greatly detailed photos and offers pretty good dynamic range as well. However, what really impressed me was the color reproduction. The 5X captures the colors really beautifully and even beat out other smartphones such as the LG G6 and OnePlus 5 that I tried alongside it. The wide-angle camera also performs really well under low light conditions. Even at ISO 3200, the noise isn't all that distracting unless you pixel peep. In fact, a little tip that may help you take better low light photos with the 5X is to use the HDR mode. In normal or HST low light mode, the phone takes quite noisy photos with a purple tint. However, in HDR mode, the photos are much more subtle in terms of noise and is correctly exposed as well. The focus is fast and almost never fails, unlike some other smartphones out there. The dynamic range is pretty good too, but you would need to use the HDR mode in order to actually get the best results. It isn't as good as the Pixel or S8 processing, but one can only imagine how good that would have been if it had it. The shutter speed is fast and you can take photos without shakes or blurriness despite the lack of OIS. The telephoto lens too takes incredible photos, and the same beautiful color profile applies here as well. However, what is even more impressive is how Xiaomi have nailed the processing of the blur on portrait mode. Their algorithm is just as good, if not better than Apple's, dare I say. The only downside is the low light performance, which gets affected due to the f2.6 aperture. However, that's a challenge with almost every dual camera telephoto smartphone on the market currently. The front-facing camera too is pretty good in terms of detailing, however is missing vital HDR mode, which would have allowed some well-exposed self-portraits. This sometimes becomes an issue when you're trying to take scenic self-portraits with the sun in the background. An HDR mode would have allowed for a more balanced photo. The beauty mode works decently too, however I personally don't use it much. There's a wide selfie mode that stitches photos together to accommodate more people in, but that's more of a gimmick. Also, while we are on the subject, why do brands from China have a fascination with the age and gender feature on the front-facing camera? Does anyone actually use it? Video recording is the only weak point of the 5X perhaps, since it doesn't really have stabilization, EIS or otherwise. It captures videos up to 4K resolution with good detail. However, noise does creep in during low light and it isn't very stable either. Hope they enable EIS in upcoming updates since they are still improving the camera performance with every new release. Till date, I've never been impressed by Xiaomi's cameras usually. However, the Mi 5X is one that really impressed me and took me by surprise. It has a camera that can rival smartphones that cost multiple times, and its dual camera system is in fact as good as any, and it can even probably put the OnePlus 5 to shame. We shall be comparing the Mi 5X to the OnePlus 5 pretty soon, as well as bringing you more content on the Mi 5X, so please do stay tuned for that. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to get the latest updates from us. Thanks for watching this video. See you again in the next one.